Good evening. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Kwabena. Welcome. I want to share with you today what I call pain points. Pain points. Pain point with regard to when you set your goals. Pain points when it comes to you being an entrepreneur, you being a business person, you being somebody who's ambitious. When you want to do something, when you want to take a part that most people have never taken, maybe from your family or maybe among your colleagues, based on your background, where you don't have a map, you don't have clarity. You believe that you can do something with your life, and the path is not clear. What are some of the points, the pain points that you will meet? And this largely has to do with entrepreneurship, or people who want to do something more than what everybody else is following. What are some of the things that you would experience? And some of them will be painful, and the sad thing is that a lot of the times even the people around you may not see that these are some main pain points that you have. And it could be your friends may not notice it. Sometimes you'll be laughing with them, but there are some achings within you. Sometimes you're smiling, sometimes you're even having a time with them, and you remember some things and they are painful. So I want to talk with you about pain points. When it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to you building something, doing something with your life, there will be points that only you could or only you will be able to relate to. Loneliness is part of it. Loneliness is part of it. At a point where your idea is not becoming clear, when you are not seeing fruit, when you are not seeing results, there is some bit of loneliness and uncertainty, because you decided to build a business, you decided to go for that goal. You didn't have a lot of resources. You just have to go in with strategy, with courage, with plans. And so when you are going, a lot of the time, people will see you and think that what is it that you are trying to do? Why are you putting that much stress on yourself? And so you could have a lot of friends, you could have family people, and you will still feel a bit lonely, because you are focused on your dream of building a business, of realizing a particular goal. So a lot of people are they have their jobs, they get up in the morning, they go and work, they come home, and you say that you want to build a business. Now you are not even sure of what you're building, you're not clear, and not only that, you are also you're not well equipped in terms of finances, in terms of experience, in terms of network. And so when everybody else is talking and they are smiling, you go for maybe the weddings, the funerals, the parties, go to church, everybody is laughing, everybody is smiling, they are cracking jokes, but you are still thinking of what to do next. And sometimes it becomes painful, because you cannot relate what you're feeling within with another person so much, because you are the one in the middle of the situation. So there will be a pain point, which I call loneliness, and that is part of the sacrifices that you would have to make if you would want to become an entrepreneur, or you want to build a business, or you want to achieve anything. So when others are enjoying and thinking, you would most often be going through a lot of pain, especially when you have made a lot of errors. People will not be able to relate with what you are going through. because for most people what they are doing is predictable. You know, they get up in the morning 7 o'clock, they set off, they are in their car, they are going to work. And you are saying that you want to build what business? Maybe you want to build a finance company, you want to build a construction company, you want to build an engineering firm. Whatever that you're doing, you are not clear. You don't have enough resources. You don't have network. You only have Vim, and you are just moving around. At that point, you feel misunderstood. You feel lonely. You feel alone. You feel like, who can you talk to? It is a stage. Sometimes that stage may never go away because it's part of your world, and it's more painful when you even don't have the mind to deal with that stage. Very much painful when you don't have the mind to deal with that state, because sometimes your wife may not even understand it, your friends, your parents, your mother, everybody will not understand you because you are occupied with a dream that only you can relate with. And that is so much lonely and it's painful for you not to. You have something you're communicating within you, but you cannot relate it with another person because it's something that you're still, you're still developing. You're not sure, and you hit here, there's a problem. You hit here, there's a problem. You hit here, there's a problem. It's a pain point. You just have to endure that stage. The other thing is that you are easily misunderstood. You are easily wrongly represented by people, by colleagues, by family, by society, because the path that you have taken when it comes to you getting to your goals is weird to a lot of people. Most people just want to live, just want to own a car and a house and just, get a job, get paid, and that's it. Now you want to own a business and you're coming from maybe a family that nobody even built any business. You will be misunderstood. You'll be ostracized, if that is a word. You become something for the family, something for the friends, something for the society. Because for most people, why are you not working with your certificate? Why are you not going to look for work? Why are you not going to look for a job? Why are you saying that you want to build a business and you are not even sure that you can build a business? And you keep making mistakes. You're making a lot of losses. There's problems everywhere. That is a pain point. You feel that you still believe that you can get to that stage where the idea can work. You can get to that stage where the business can make sense. But the people around you will misunderstand you. And that, just as every human wants to be understood, that will be a pain that you have to deal with. So the second pain point will be you'll be a misunderstanding. People will misunderstand you. And that is something that if you are not strong, you can be overcome by that. The other thing is that when you are in the middle of the business and you're doing it, people will, the honesty of people can be a pain point. The honesty of people, the people that you rely on in critical moments, who gave you promise to give you something, to give you capital, or it could even be an employee that you have left something with, they manage the branch of the business, they manage something for you, and their dishonesty can become a pain. Their dishonesty, you left the money with them and you are not sure whether they'll be truthful with you. That is a major pain point. So people and their character is also a very huge pain point. So you always are looking for the right people, the honest people, the people who are ready to work hard, to be honest with you, the committed people. And it's not that simple to get such people. So it's a constant pain point for a lot of people who are building businesses, because they're dishonest and they're incompetent. There are way many than the few ones who are honest, who are capable, who are committed to and you getting such people to be part of the business that you're building. And so when you are on the other side, where a lot of people you're dealing with are dishonest, are not credible, are people who are just there for themselves, that is a pain point, because you feel like, why can't they see what I'm seeing? Why can you not be honest and be committed? Why can't you believe in this business vision that we have? In the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, this business could become a big business. Why are you trying to just destroy everything at this stage? Why can't I trust you with that 10,000? Why can't I trust you with you going to see that customer? It's a pain point. Sometimes it may not even be their character. Sometimes it will just be that they are not ready to grow quickly with you. So that is a major worry for a lot of people with dreams, a lot of people with business dreams. That's a pain point. The other pain point that you would deal with will be lack of it, raising capital for the next stage of the business, raising capital for growth. Constant shortage of money for the business is a pain. Constant shortage of money for the business is a pain to most business people, because every day you are thinking, where is the next stage that I have to get capital? You have the thing set, everything is clear, but you don't have the money. That is a pain. You have the project line out. You see that the business has hope now, but the capital is somewhere, and it's a worry, and it's a constant problem for a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, and that is a pain point. Never underestimate what that thing can do. The lack of the money, the lack of the capital, not having enough is a pain point for business people. And when you talk to a lot of these businessmen and women, that's a worry. They constantly think of it. They are smiling with you, they are in their Land Cruiser, they are talking with you, they are laughing, but once a while they remember that the next time they have to pay the salary, the next time they have to pay the loan, the next time they have to pay that, the next time they have to make that commitment. And when you are talking with them, you see that they are laughing, and all of a sudden they go off. There is a pain point. Something just hit them badly. So then they start to think of it. What is it that I'm going to do to solve that situation? So that is a pain point. The money, the lack of it, and how to raise the capital for the business to grow is always a constant pain point for the businessman, the entrepreneur. Because you so much see your vision, you so much see the reality of it, you so much see that you can do it, but then the lack of the capital. You have tested the business idea, it's working, people are patronizing it, but there is a huge order, and you don't know how to raise the capital. You don't know how to, maybe you raise some capital and it didn't go well, and nobody trusts you anymore. People have just tagged you like you are not serious man, you are dishonest, you're not credible, and now there's another opportunity. It's a pain for you to even look at going back to some people to say that, listen, this thing can work again. Because to a lot of people, every business must work and must work clearly. So when you are at that stage that you are still in a limited cash flow, in a limited capital, in a limited working capital, all those, it's a pain. It's a constant pain, because you know that you can leverage all the hours, all the years that you have sweated for the business to work, and then you get to a point where you can see that just with 100,000, just with 1 million, just with 2 million, this business can explode, and yet you are finding it difficult to get that. That is a serious pain point. And that is a major pain point, because you are the one who would understand that. A lot of people will not be able to understand that. The next pain point will be indecisions. Indecisions in critical moments. There are some decisions that you took or you shouldn't have taken that will pester you for a very long time. There was a project that you shouldn't have gotten on. There was a capital that you didn't have to take. There was a person that you didn't have to get involved with. That decision or that indecision, every now and then, those in the past and those that you are yet to make, can be a serious pain point for you. Some of them, when you remember, wow, why did I have to meet that guy at that time? Why did I have to take that money at that time? Why did I even have to go to take that project at that time? That is a pain point. And sometimes you remember them, like, wow, these things have really put me into trouble. It's a pain point. And pain points are points that you meet in getting to your goals. If you didn't make some of those decisions, or wrong decision, indecision. Maybe you refuse to make the right decision. Maybe there was a car, there was a property that you should have sold to solve particular problems. You didn't sell them, you left them there, they deteriorated, and the problems were still there. That was a decision that you should have made and you didn't make. Maybe there was a financier that you should have gone to meet and you were thinking, why should I do this, should I not do it? Indecision. And then later you saw that you met that person and said, but I was waiting for you, I gave it to another person. That could be a pain point for a lot of people. So there are pain points and they are everywhere, especially between you and your goals. The next pain point I will say is inconsiderate customers, inconsiderate partners, inconsiderate people or companies who give you projects. Some companies or some customers can give you project, and their attitude, their heart, the way they see life can be a pain to you. You agree with them on something, the next day they come to change it. They agree to pay this, then next time they change it, and all your business is struggling because of that person, because of that organization, and their inconsideration. They are very much inconsiderate. They think only of themselves. And so they may have pushed you to go and loan money to do their project, and when it came for them to pay you, they were rather thinking of of them using the money to do another thing. So they push you into bad situation for years, and they were still focusing on their business. There are a lot of people like that. They make you make a lot of commitment, and sometimes you go to do the extra for them, but when it comes for them to hold their part of the negotiation, then they become lawyers, they become very wise people. That could be a pain point. That could be a struggling point. That could be a point that you remember and you say, wow, why did I have to deal with this guy? It's a pain. It's a pain. You didn't have to put yourself into that, but it's part of the game. It's business. The other thing that you would want to look at as a pain point is government institutions and how they treat people. The tax people, the other organizations that you would have to deal with, the places that you would have to go to get certification on something. Those could be pain point, because you could see their position and you know the things that you're going through, and they are very much unconcerned about you trying to build a business or trying to get a document, something, because for them it's only about themselves. A lot of them is only about themselves, so they don't know the kind of struggles that businesses go through. And so dealing with some of these institutions is a constant pain. And sometimes you will feel like, why do I have to even put myself in this situation in the first place? You decided to start your business, you decided to go for your capital, you decided to open that business trade, and the next time somebody is saying that you owe them taxes, even if your business is not making profit. And those people can use government instruments to squash everything, and they don't even remember the situations on the ground, the economy on the ground, the way the structure of economy is, the way the things are done. They don't. They only look at the book and the law and what is written, and they apply them on you. Those are pain points. Those are pain points. So my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about pain points when you are doing business, when you are chasing your goals, when you're chasing your dreams. There are pain points, and the pain points are not supposed to kill you. They are not supposed to make you sad and worry. They're supposed to make you hopeless, and they are not supposed to make you regret ever embarking on your journey to build a business or to focus on any dream at all. You just have to know that they are pain points, and they are there. And would you be able to overcome all of them? I don't know, but you just have to know that they are there, and you may have to just look at them. And one of the pain points that I listed is the fact that it could be a lonely journey for you. It's not because people are not around you, but sometimes when your dream is not coming, when you hit a wall, when you are meeting a lot of difficulties in building that business, in building that dream, it becomes lonely, especially when you create a lot of mess You are the one to deal with it, and you so believe that you can get to those goals, you can build that business, you can continue to grow that business. Maybe you're making 100,000 a month, you believe that you can make 200,000 a month, and you are only the one person who would have to convince yourself, and becomes a lonely journey. A lot of the people around you may not see that as you see them. You know, they may not, they just around you, they look at you trying to do something, but you know, they may not have the same kind of in-depth and understanding of what you're trying to do, and that becomes a pain to you building that, you know, vision, growing that business, building that family. And sometimes, if you want the right things in life, if you want to achieve goals, if you want to become something great, there will be a lot of misunderstanding. It's not because you're controversial per se, but you know, because the journey, you have not done it before, and it's not like you have a lot of money that you can waste. It's not like you have a lot of privilege, you have a lot of network. No, you're just trying to utilize the little that you have around you. And so some of the choices and some of the decisions that you will make will sound weird, and you know, people will misunderstand you. The way you use your time, the way you use your resources, the things that you would want to focus on at what point will be misunderstood. And that could become a very painful position, because some of the people who are dear to you, you would want them to see it, but you know, it's just a pain point. They will not be able to see it the way you would have, you know, you would have loved for them to see. And so it's a pain point to your goals. It's a pain point in you trying to build that business, grow that business, you know, and they're just part of the game. And the other pain point is when you have people around you that you cannot trust, people around you who only focus on their interests, employees or partners who become they don't care, you know, they only look at, you want them to make a lot of sacrifices so that you can get to the goals. They are looking at what will only benefit them, and when you least expected them, they divorce you. That is a pain point. And sometimes when those things happen, it takes a while for people to get over such experiences, you know. So that's people leaving, people becoming dishonest, people not, you know, you not being able to pick the right people, the people that could help you to realize the dream, to build the business faster. That could become a pain point. That become a situation that when you remember, you are in pain, because you could see that if you had made that right decision, probably you would have been closer, or you would have been far more larger than where you are, especially when you have a situation that you're dealing with, and you look at the people who came around, who lied, who came in with the agenda, you know, and try to frustrate your vision of growing a business, of building a business, or building anything. That could be a pain point that you may not get over that quickly, you know. So if anytime you remember those people, you ache a little, because it's a pain point. It's a pain point. And the fact that you were not able to pick the right people, you know, the people you could depend on. But whoever said that the pain point, everybody has them anyway. Everybody has them. Any person who has ever realized, built a business, built anything, they have things that they remember and they ache. So don't worry about them. It's some of them you just have to, you know, patch them and move on with your life. The other thing is money, lack of it, and sometimes your inability to raise the capital that you needed for a project or for a business that could change the game for you. Sometimes your inability to raise that capital, you know, to change that scenario, to change that business, to change. Maybe you have tried a lot of projects, a lot of businesses, all of them got into trouble, all of them, and now you have become a better person. Now you have a project, you know that client will pay, everything is clear. Now based on your experience, you know that this one could be that business, that project that could help you to leverage all the bad experiences and probably even pay all your debts and clear the you know, the slate clean. and you look at it and you talk to this person, and because you have destroyed there, you talk to this person, because you have gone there and you didn't pay, you talk to this one and nobody wants to listen to you, go to the bank and say, but you destroy everything that we trusted you and it couldn't come true, and we are not interested in anything, and we are not ready to do with ready to do anything with you. And you look back and say, what, all those things that you started, they all put you into trouble. And now you have a fantastic opportunity to leverage the next stage of your business journey, of your entrepreneurship journey. And then there's a lack of capital. Everything is staged. You have built the business model, you have tested the product, you know how to manufacture that product or how to source it. Everything is clear. You have done all your market research, and then you go to that investor, you go to that person who can help you with the capital, and because you have made a lot of errors, they look at you and say, you can't do it. That is a painful position. It's a pain point. Now, that should not stop you though. Maybe you destroy 10 people's money. And so all the 10 people don't want to look at you. It's painful. You ache. You will not be, if you're an honest person, you're not happy that you destroy somebody's money and that you owed somebody and you could not pay on time. If you're an honest person, you will not want to do that. But part of it is just business. Part of it is just your naivety, your inexperience, your indecision. And now you have a major project that can change the game. And you look back and it's painful. Because all the people that you could count on easily say that they cannot look at you anymore. It's a painful position. It's a pain point. But that should not stop you. Pain points are not supposed to stop you from getting to your goals. They just remind you of your humanity. That you are not perfect. And that you are not as you think you are. They are just points to make you remember those. They are not supposed to stop you. So if the 10 people, if the 20 people that you destroy their money, say they will not help you again. If the bank says they will not help you again, unless you have paid the money, go to another person. Because you are now a better person. You have now been processed. You know what to do now. And that business that you want to do will change every error, will correct everything, and give you a better leverage. Huge platform. So don't let that pain point stop you. It's painful. Remember it, and you're like, why did I have to do that? Why did I have to go through such errors? You had to. Some of them you could have prevented, but once they happen, they happen. So it's a painful position. It's a pain point, and sometimes when you remember them, you ache. Don't worry, when there's a big win, the aching will reduce. The pain will reduce. Because between you and you taking the business to the next level, the pain points should not stop you. So you've got to raise that capital and go and do that project. Because that project will be where. Because there's always a big leverage for every top business person. There was one thing. There was that project. There was that business. There was that product that changed their story. And so don't let the pain points. It could be painful, and all of us have it. All of us. There are things that you remember in your business journey. You're like, nah. Sometimes you remember them and you don't want to get up and fight again. They're just pain points. They should not stop you. They should not stop you. The other pain point is indecision. Indecision or wrong decision making in critical moments. You should have fired that girl right there when you saw that she was not dependable. Then you left them there, and they went ahead to cause a lot of mess. And when you remember, say, when I saw them do that, I should have let them go home. But I was considerate, and now they came back to cause a lot of mess. When you saw that attitude in that friend, you should have stopped the friendship. When you saw that attitude in that person, you should have backed off. But indecision. You were still kind. Lack of courage. And now you see it that they cause you a lot of pain because you could not stop the little ones. It's a pain point. It should not destroy you. Once you're not dead, the pain point can always be leveraged. Or if you're not dead, if you're still on the journey to get into your goals, the pain point should not destroy you. The pain point should not take the best of your resources, the best of your time, the best of your relationship. It's a pain point that you will be the one to deal with, that you can always overcome. The other pain point will be inconsiderate customers, inconsiderate partners, inconsiderate businesses that you had to do something with, and you thought that they will see you as somebody who was just coming up, and they will be that much interested in you growing, and they were not. They saw you as they even saw you as a competitor. They saw you as somebody that they should crush. They saw you as somebody that they could just boss over. They were bullish, they were inconsiderate, and that is a pain point. The pain point. And some of them you cannot just let them go, because if you let them go, your business is out. Maybe you are in projects, and this guy gives you a lot of projects, but he talks to you like you are nothing. He talks to you like you are stupid. He talks to you like you are not a human being. That is a pain point that you would have to endure. Why? Because if you cut him now, you go out of business. So you don't have the option, you don't have the luxury to be cocky now and be arrogant to say that I don't need you. No. Endure the pain. Stay with them. After you have built other options, you could reduce your dependency on them. But at the moment, you need them to correct all the money struggles, to correct the cash flow issues. Maybe there are 80% of your revenue is coming from that group or that company or that person, and that person does not care anything about you. It's very much selfish. They are always self-focused, and you cannot just say that I don't need you. If you say you will not need them, it's 80% of your business, and you're just at the point that you don't have any other people to support you, to build you, or any other customers. You don't let your cockiness or your pride stop you. Endure the pain. It's a painful moment. It's a pain point, but you have to just endure it. Because pain points can be leveraged when you have options. When you have grown, you will be able to leverage the pain points. Another pain point is the government agencies, the tax people, the AMA, the labor union, sometimes the media. They hear something about you, they don't even ask your opinion, they just put it there. It's a pain point, and you feel like you've been wrongly represented, you'll be wrongly understood. It's a pain point. And because you want to build something, because you're building a business, because you're focused on your goal, those pain points should not stop you from getting to your goals. The pain point should never prevent you from getting to your goals, because the aim sometimes of the pain point is to stop you, to make you also stop. In as much as the pain point will remind you of your humanity, of the fact that you are still fallible, and of the fact that you would have to keep some level of humility, because you also had errors, you also had pains along the line. So when in the future, when you meet somebody who is also going through the same stages, you will have some kind of heart for them, because these are the things that they are going through. And the pain points are not unique with one person. If you meet anybody who has ever achieved anything, anybody who has ever built any business, anybody who has ever dared to do something with their lives, they go through these pain points. They go through them. They have gone through the places where they felt misunderstood, misrepresented. They went through lonely position where nobody was there for them, even though there were a lot of people around them. But when it came to their dreams, nobody was there for them. So they were always in conversation with their dream and with their focus, where they wanted to be. And the only reason they endured that position, that stage, was the fact that they were able to, think differently around that position. The pain point, all of them have gone through. There was a point that they didn't have money. There was a point that they had to do whatever they had to do, raise capital for the business to grow. There was a point that somebody else that they trusted maltreated them, lied to them. There was a point that somebody that they felt they could depend on was not there. There was a point that they felt that their next burden was to get the right people around them so that they could build their dream, they could build their business. That was a pain point. They struggled with that. There was a point that they were very much indecisive as to which road to turn, which business to take, which product to develop, who to partner with, whether to take that loan or not to take that loan, whether to shut the business down or to let the business grow, whether, there was a pain point everywhere. And so every one of them have had, every one of them has had to deal with that situation. Everyone, those you look up to, because it's part of the journey to getting to the realization of your goal. It's part of the journey in you trying to build anything with your life. So the pain points will come. The pain points, they are there. Indecision, critical moments, you had to have that courage to make that call, and you didn't, and everything went bad. And anytime you remember that, you are in pain. It's a point that is full of pain. All of us would have to deal with some customer, some was very much selfish, some company who was very much selfish. They only thought of their interests. So the pain points are this, and sometimes the cockiness of government institutions, and they think that they have the state power to just frustrate you and fight you and point you into submission. Some of them will threaten you, some of them will make you feel like you're a criminal, and it's painful. It's a pain point. Can you imagine Senate calling you to say that you have not paid your Senate contribution and they are taking you to court? And you don't even have money to even eat. That's a painful point. That's a painful point. Because nobody forced you to start that business. You started the business. You started to even employ people, render services, and you thought that the country that you're sacrificing for was that welcoming. No. And those people came, they thought that once they think that once you start a business, it means you have money. And so, whatever you say, they think that you're lying. So they write you letters, they threaten you, they say this, the next time they're taking you to court, they're frustrating you. Everybody comes to, their tax forces, they are trying to, tax evasion, this, that, They are all pain points that you would have to endure in your bid to get to your dreams of owning a business, of building anything. So every journey has the pain points. Don't let them stop you. Never. Don't let them stop you. They can only control you when you're ignorant. You can only control people when they are ignorant. When they get knowledge, when they get illumination, when they get enlightenment, you can control them. So the pain points will only control you when you're ignorant, when you're not enlightened, when you don't know. When you start to know that these are all part of me getting to the vision, part of me getting to the goals. It's not peculiar with me. All of those guys have gone through this. In spite of the facade, in spite of the stage performance, all of them. Sometimes they even continue to go through them, no matter how huge they are. But if you're ignorant, you live in darkness. So you think that is only peculiar to you. You think that it's only you who are going through that, because you think that everybody has it perfect. It's not true. Every human, if you set a goal, if you're doing something, there is a pain point somewhere. At least they endure something all the time. And so never let the pain points prevent you. They just remind you of your humanity. They just remind you so that you always be considerate and you always remember where you started and what you had to endure. But they should not stop you from getting to the goals. They should not. The pain points should not. And you are not the ones who argue the pain points with people. No, they are just there to remind you of you trying to do something on this earth. So the pain points should not stop you. They should not. They only will stop you when you are in ignorance, when you're in darkness, when you don't know, when you have not studied much, when you have not trained much, when you have not built yourself much, when you don't understand what is happening. Then the pain points will have leverage over you. But the moment you start to know that these are stages, these are part of building anything, Nobody can use the pain points to control you. Nobody can use the pain points to control you. So my name is Obindako. I talked about pain points and specifically pain points with regard to you getting to your goals, building a business, trying to do something for yourself, and some of these things, that the stages that you see, and sometimes they can cripple people, they can make people feel depressed, but they are just part of the journey. So the pain points should not stop you. They should rather help you to get to your goals. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I say that the pain points should not stop you. So fight, continue to fight. The pain points should never stop you from getting to your goals. The pain points, whether they are lack of money, whether they are indecision, whether they are, government institutions trying to frustrate you, none of them should be able to prevent you from getting to your goals. Because everyone who has achieved anything had to endure the pain points, and they may not even overcome them entirely, because the pain points are according to the levels. So now you're playing with maybe 1 million Ghana city business a year. Your pain points will be different from the guy who is handling 100 million Ghana city business. So the pain points don't necessarily go. You just have to learn how to manage them, and they keep us in a state of humanity. And they keep you humble, because you always remember the points that you almost lost hope, and you almost gave up on your dream, because the pain was so much. You felt misunderstood, you felt lonely, you felt misrepresented. The money was not coming, the capital was not there, the customer was frustrating you, he was inconsiderate. The government agencies were also frustrating you. They are just pain points. Learn how to deal with them, because that is part of life. You just have to get to your goals and focus on you building your business. So thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you next time, and thank you, Mr. Niyama, thank you, Higa, thank you, Stephen, thank you for watching.